Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, how to stop manifesting separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. Pile 1, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. Welcome, welcome. We are doing another pick a card love reading. We're tapping in and channeling who you are to your person, where you stand with them, and what they want with you in the connection, okay? So keep in mind, it's a general reading. You guys know the deal. If it resonates, claim it, run with it, do whatever you want with it. If it doesn't resonate, just drop it, leave it behind for the people that it resonates for. I do have personal readings available if you would like me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. All the booking details are in the description box below. Check them out. There's a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. Yeah, let's see. So you guys were drawn to the Malachite and Chrysocolla. Let's see the overall energy of who you are to your person. We have the Page of Swords. We have the 5 of Pentacles, and then we have the energy of Uranus. And that says, let's see, the Fool. It represents the tarot card, the Fool. Also rules the sign of Aquarius. The phrase says, I evolve. Transit signs every 7 years. Keywords are change, invention. I just heard intervention. Okay. Anyway, invention, reformation, science, rebellion, eccentricity. Eccentricity. Do you make your person smile and laugh a lot for who you are to them? We also have liberation and future. Who you are to your person, they've seen you, or somehow they know that, you know, you've been through some stuff in your life, or you are emerging from a very difficult time in your life, and you still come out like on top mentally and emotionally, like with your passion still intact. Like you don't let the world get you down. Not to say that you don't have your moments, right? But overall, your person has seen you like go through the fire, so to speak, and you, like, even when you were going through the fire, you were still shining. Okay, there's something about also I'm hearing a pattern breaker. Your person may have witnessed you breaking some patterns, but that can also talk about you, you know, maybe helping them to see where maybe they have some patterns they need to break, okay? I'm hearing way shower. You're shining a light on some things for your person. They're learning a lot from you. And with the energy of Uranus here, they've never seen anyone do things quite like you have, and you are very intriguing to your person. So there's a couple of different things coming through. It's like they're seeing you as somebody who's curious. And they're also curious about you. There's a fun energy coming through in your energy pile 1. And this is how your person is feeling about you. Something about you've turned them on to maybe some new ways of thinking, new ways of perceiving, new ways of seeing things. But you're way more than just cerebral. You're also very passionate, very fiery, in a very passionate, sexual, magnetizing way. So your person is captivated by you overall. They're captivated by the way you see things, or captivated by the way that you think. They're curious. They want to know more. They want to know how you did it. Okay, if you came out of, with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse here, for some of you, they've seen you come out, like you may have come out of homelessness, you may have come out of, you know, being evicted, or some like really dire financial straits, and you come out winning or shining. If not anything, it's like you came out on the other end still mentally and emotionally intact, right? And they're wanting, like, how do you do it? I'm hearing them ask you, like, how did you do it, pile 1? Show me. Right? But again, there's more. Your person is more than just captivated by your intellect. It feels like you're just your energy altogether. There's an edginess to you for who you are, to your person, pile 1. There's an edginess. I hear they're captivated by you. Let's get their overall energy. They're captivated by you. Pile 1's person. Their overall energy towards pile 1 in this connection right now, please. Ooh, this is nothing but drama. Oh my gosh, hold on. Let's get a couple more. Pile 1's person's overall. I thought I could do this, but I just can't. Oh my gosh. Remembering and focusing on the bad times. And then we got attachment and not love. This is showing up at the bottom of the deck. It says confusing attachment for love. That's a bit of a plot twist. I was not expecting that. Let's see what's going on with your person in terms of, you know, and with some of these energies that's coming out, especially with the Page of Swords, your person may just feel like it's best to maybe watch you from a distance, or if they are connecting to you, to just, you know, to maybe keep some kind of a distance. Some of you might be long distance with your person. What's going on with, let's see, nothing but drama. I'm picking up on some energies where your person, what is that? You're too unpredictable. I don't feel like it. Let me see. Tell me more about nothing but drama. Yeah. With the sun here. God. Okay. Listen. Your person is both captivated by you and fearful at the same time with this nothing but drama here. It's not anything necessarily that there's an energy here of like you're wild and you can't be contained, okay? And while that is both intoxicating and infatuating and captivating for your person, there's something also your person is saying that's infuriating about that. So your person could be like, what's this energy being motivated by? What's this? Oh, Your person is on guard when it comes to you for some reason, pile one. And it could very well be because, let's see, with Uranus energy coming through, that's air, okay? But there's eccentricity coming through in your energy. There might be some rebellion energy too. I don't feel like you're doing any of this on purpose, though. Like there's an energy of you just, you know, you do what you want, right? For some reason, they're not quite seeing you as like they're happily ever after. They might view you as being maybe flighty, especially with that Knight of Wands energy. Something about like you cannot be contained, and that's not a bad thing, right? You cannot be contained and you cannot be tamed. That actually really puts your person on guard when it comes to you. Like there's a sense here of like maybe it may not be that you don't pay any mind to boundaries, but I don't know, there's a flightiness that your person is associating with you. Like they feel you're hard to pin down. That could also be them just feeling like if they were to take you in this connection seriously or to another level, like you would add some kind of drama to their life because they do see you as being so unpredictable. Like, what is that phrase? You dance to the beat of your own drum and you don't conform. But for some reason, your person, they don't like that. So your person could have issues with controlling, with like, you know, your person could be controlling. They don't feel comfortable in the presence of somebody who just is, you know, not to say that you don't have desires and stuff, but the way your person is seeing you, it's like you're really good at attaching and detaching, right? They could, what is that? I don't know. Maybe they see you as being avoidant. Maybe you are avoidant. And even if you're not, people who have secure attachment styles, especially if they've learned how to like securely attach to themselves and they've become their own grounding force in their own center, other people who have issues with, you know, attachment, insecure attachment styles could see somebody who is sovereign and self-possessed as an issue, right? Because if, you know, the way they're seeing it, if you're not clingy, if you're not asking a million questions, and I mean, yeah, you are very curious, right? You are coming through in an energy of being but you're curious in an overall general sense, but I feel like, at least from your person's point of view, who you are to them, you're not somebody that can be just pinned down. You know, not that you're not loyal and not that you don't have that, but there's something about, you know, you where it's like you can just pick up and go and you know what I mean? You're not being held down, at least as far as your person can see. You're not, and I don't even know if they're viewing it like this. What's a good way to put it? They see it like, what's that song? Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat is his home. That's kind of how they see you. But it's coming from a space of like, what is this? They're almost seeing you as someone who is here for a good time, not a long time, that kind of a thing. And so for some reason, and you know, you guys could have experienced drama together, but for many of you, this just feels like that's what they project on you, right? If they were to commit to you, give you more of their energy, their time, and their attention, there's just an energy of they wouldn't be able to rely on you. There could be some flightiness coming through in your energy. You know, again, it's general, so take what resonates, all right? Tell me about, I thought I could do this, but I just can't. Yeah. Your person, for some reason, they're shut off towards you. Your person does not like unpredictable. And for a lot of you, I feel like this is very feminine energy, okay? I mean, you know, what is this I'm picking up? There's a dual nature. There's Gemini in here too. And there's a lot of air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm trying to pick up, like, I guess that's neither here nor there. I'm trying to pick up on if, like, you're avoidant or if that's just how your person is seeing you. Because not everybody who is detached is avoidant, right? In fact, there's inherent good in being able to desire something and even go towards it, but not be overly attached to an outcome or, you know, averse to one, right? And so I'm not sure. Let's move on though. I'll get stuck here. What's going on with remembering and focusing on the bad times? That might be your person. Your person could be avoidant. Well, yeah, because we have attachment and not love. What's going on here with these energies? Something about reciprocating energy, like an equal give and take not being there. Your person doesn't like pile one, that you have the ability to just detach and move on if you choose. From your person's perspective, they're wanting something that is more predictable. And I don't know if they've had personal experience with you, or maybe that just wasn't the case. Maybe they have an idea in their head, like, you know, when how things should go, how communication should be. Your person feels very, I don't know if they are structured, but this is what they're showing me. Very structured and organized, at least when it comes to like personal communication and, you know, relationships and stuff like that. And you just kind of, you dance to the beat of your own drum, right? And you don't really pay any mind to what others think or their opinions of you and how you live and run your life. Right? It works for you. And that's what they're seeing. Like, you know, they're giving you your props. Like, it works for you. They don't like the fact that you're just able to cut people off, though. That's what they don't like. There's a thing of control coming through in that. There's an energy of your person. They like it when their person is so attached that it doesn't matter what they got going on. It's almost like you're not the person, pile one. For who you are to your person, you're not the person to just drop everything in the last moment and go running, right? You might be like that in case of an emergency, you know, but you're not so hyper attached or toxically attached that you're going to do some of these things to your detriment, right? Let's see. What's attachment and not love? Whoa. Okay. You know, and this might be your person in retrospect looking at things, you know, with the attachment, not love being at the bottom of the deck. This feels like this is maybe a realization that they had, or wondering, right? We got Three of Swords in the reverse, which can represent healing. Healing from some kind of an attachment issue. This could be your person looking back, right? Looking back and reflecting back on this connection. There is respect, you know, like there is kind of, I don't know if it's really respect though. There is an energy of them giving you your props, but it's one of those things like, it wasn't for them though. Okay, it's that kind of an energy. You're too unattached, or you're not attached enough. Okay, and that's to say you're not toxically attached. You're not so hyper and toxically attached to them, or just in nature, that you're gonna let somebody just run all over you. Okay, that kind of an energy, and that might not be quite what they're looking for. Let's see. Where does pile one stand with their person? Where does pile one stand with their person? Your person, honestly, it feels like they don't know which way is up when it comes to you. Where does pile one stand with their person? They see you as very fun. I mean, we had the sun coming out there earlier. You know, they do. They see you as somebody who's really fun, very energetic. I'm hearing them say you're going to make somebody very happy someday. But in the energy that's coming through, though, pile one, this does feel like something that your person is just happy to reflect back on and not move forward with. Okay, so a lot of you are in separation, not, broken up, not with this person. What's lightning at the bottom of the deck? We got paradise. We have self-indulgence showing up in the reverse. So they don't see you as somebody who is selfish, right? They don't see you like that at all. In fact, they could have witnessed, or they know somehow that maybe your struggles with poverty or a scarcity mindset or something, like you come out of that because, you may have come from a space of at one time being really self-centered, self-focused, self-indulgent, and you've been able to grow or evolve past that. Photograph says looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgic, making new memories. Let me clarify that real quick. Tell me more about photograph. Yeah, this is just something that I just heard they want to leave it behind. I'll be honest, as a person, they have a lot of respect for you, but as a romantic partner, they're like, no, you're too unpredictable. These are their words. You're too flighty. But it's all coming from that space of your ability to be, basically it's like, what they don't like is there's something about communication coming through, but it's more like, I don't know, maybe them feeling like you don't answer their texts as soon as you want them to. Like, there's this energy of you're not kissing their feet and you're not worshiping the ground that they walk on, okay? It's that kind of an energy, and that's what they want. Right, but it's coming from a space of control. Like, your person wants somebody like that because they may not even admit this, right, even to themselves, but it's coming from a space of if I have somebody that worships the ground I walk on and kisses my feet and stuff like that, I can control them, right? Yeah, there's a controlling nature coming through in your person. Tell me more about lightning at the bottom of the deck. Healing keeps coming up for some reason, and lightning is that's the same tower energy that we saw earlier. Is this talking about pile one? You switched up on them, didn't you? Yes, you did. That's what it is. Okay. Your person may be trying to detach too as well. And you'll have to let me know, pile one, because on the outside looking in, this is, it can be very confusing for a reader, but what this feels like is there may have been a time in your guys' connection where you were like that, okay? You were, hyper attached, and maybe you were in a space where you would let this person, just do whatever they wanted. You could have felt like you were a doormat and you would drop everything, and then I don't know. There again, yeah, something happened, and to your person anyway, it feels very shocking, right? It was almost immediate, but you turned off. There was something that you turned off towards your person, and they didn't like it. You were able to just kind of walk away, and there's this energy of not really like, who's this person, right? Like, you transformed in the midst of this connection, and maybe even as a catalyst of being part of this connection with your person. And now they're coming through in this energy of like, yeah, kudos to you for healing and turning things around and regaining your strength and your energy. And I'm hearing your sovereignty, right? Taking your power back. They don't like this new version of you, though. You're way too detached. They want you begging them. They want you, groveling. Maybe not groveling, but you see what I'm saying? And you're not. And so it feels like your person's trying to detach, trying to let go. They may have already, I don't know. But I mean, overall as a person, nothing but respect for you, right? Even kudos coming through, but they're like, as a romantic partner, I need somebody that's going to worship the ground I walk on, and, something like that. Let's see, let's move on. What does pile one's person want with pile one in this connection? Freedom. Let's get a couple more. What does pile one's person want with pile one in this connection? Unlocking. I see what's happening here. Give me one more. What does pile one's person want with pile one in this connection? They're basically saying that if you were to go back to the way that you were, or if you were to be somebody that was more, crazy about them to the point of like being hyper attached or toxically attached, even insecurely attached, they prefer that, okay? But again, that's coming from their own insecurities, a desire to control somebody like that is always stemming from some kind of an insecurity. Give me one more. What does pile one want with pile one in the connection? Your person might think that you have your heart on lockdown and they want access to it again for what they're wanting. There's also an energy of they might want to feel like they've been liberated from this connection. Like, yeah, they might be feeling like you've been able to liberate yourself from your connection with them, like you're no longer toxically attached, They want the same thing, if that's the case. Yeah, karmic. What they want is they want to be able to learn the lesson that they needed to learn and move on. But look at the back of the deck, curious about you, not over you, and checking your social media. Yeah, they're watching you from a distance. They're very curious about you. It even says that right there, curious about you. Very curious about you. They want to know what you're up to. They're having a hard time letting you in this connection go. They keep feeling drawn to it, and it's definitely that Knight of Wands energy that your person is feeling very pulled towards. But there's a sovereignty that's coming through, like you're self-possessed in a good way, right? You're grounded, you're self-centered, but not like self-centered is not a bad thing. You're able to center yourself, right? You don't need your person to show up and act a certain specific way in order for you to feel grounded and not knocked off center. You've gained your power back, you reclaimed your sovereignty, and that's wonderful for you. But your person is like, yeah, I liked how it was before when I had some semblance of control, right? They don't have it anymore. And for many of you, you walked away from your person and you may not even want anything to do with this person anymore. You may be the one who realized that this was more, it was more attachment than it was love, right? You're very detached, though, from this person and from this connection, and what I mean by that is you're detached in a sense of you're not clinging to, you might desire a path with your person, but you're not clinging to it, right? Your person can't control you because you're not hyper attached to any specific kind of an outcome when it comes to them in this connection. They don't like that, okay? Not at all. For what they want, it's like they want things to go back to the way that it was before you figured out who and what you really are, and you reclaimed your own energy and your own power. All right, pile. And if you guys, if there's some kind of a glow up that you guys are going through or you've already gone through, they're seeing it. They're seeing it, especially with that stalking that we saw earlier. They're watching you. For many of you, I'm hearing they're watching you like a hawk. All right, you guys, we're going to end your reading there, pile one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If this resonated, do me a favor. Smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you haven't already done so by hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And pile one, I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys. Pile two, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We're doing another Pick a Card Love reading. Tapping in and channeling through who are you to your person. We're also going to find out where you stand with them and what they want with you in this connection, if anything, okay? So keep in mind, it's a general reading. It's a collective reading, so whatever resonates, you can do whatever you want with it. If something isn't quite landing, just drop it and leave it behind for whomever it might resonate for. I do have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. All the booking details can be found in the description box below. There's a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. Go check them out and see which ones you feel most drawn to. Okay, so pile two, y'all were drawn to the blue Aragonite. Let's get the overall energy. We got the new moon showing up in the reverse. We got a lot of reversed energy here. It's all of it's reversed. We got the Knight of Cups reversed, the King of Swords reversed, and the Sun reversed. Wow. There's a sense here, okay, with the Knight of Cups in the reverse, some of you, I'm hearing reversed. Something in this connection was reversed, like whatever it was before, and it looks like it could have been really happy or it was really happy, but like it's been flipped. Now it's like the other side of the coin. I'm getting a sense with the Knight of Cups, there's a sense of, they're saying something about you. Something you and or this connection like flipped on its head. Someone here withdrew their energy, withdrew their offer. There was an offer on the table and it's been withdrawn. This can also talk about like a missed opportunity, that you could be like the one that got away, or the one could have been happily ever after, but it never made it to that point. The new moon in the reverse. So in the upright, it says the seeding. Plant what you desire, limitless possibilities, symbolic portal to manifestation, receive guidance. Yeah, there's something about this that was blocked. This is almost like the one that should have been, but wasn't, right? You're like the one who should have been. You should have been the one, but that's not how it turned out. That's interesting. What else is here? This is good for clarifying intentions, new beginnings, make a wish, healing, and then the Fool. Someone here did not take a leap of faith, and because of that, the other person like just walked away, did something else. Okay, for many of you, I'm feeling like you're the one that walked away. You're the one that decided like this isn't working, right? And for many of you, your person is looking back or looking at this connection, looking at you. I'm hearing the one that got away, okay? For who you are to your person, you're the one that got away. Let me get their thoughts and feelings, their overall, main default energy towards you in the connection. Hold on. I should have did this first, but sometimes the minute I tap into readings, I just start getting messages. Hold on. One more shuffle. I'm hearing unrealized potential. Let's see. Pile two's persons. Their main default overall energy towards pile two and their connection with pile two. What do we got here? Okay. Oh, yeah. Come on now. What do we got here? Maintaining no contact. Yeah. So if you guys aren't talking, your person's respecting that. If you decided to walk away, your person's honoring that. They're not wanting to bother you. So here we have, yeah, see, look, I want to marry you. That's the first thing they want to see. But here's where, okay, and then they're saying I'm not a safe space for you, not for the foreseeable future. And I feel like this is why, right? We'll find out, you know, get more information about what all this is talking about, but that's pretty much what it feels like. The desire to want to have had, like, you know, a happily ever after with you in this connection was there, but there was fear that was jeopardizing, not just jeopardizing, but fear sabotaged that. Fear sabotaged the sun, the paradise that could have been there for both of you, right? Your person's owning up to the fact, though, that they just were not a safe space, and it was because they were more orientated in fear than they were in faith, right, and confidence. But your person is saying, like, you know, you were the one that they wanted to marry, or you are the one that they want to marry, and that scared them, okay, a lot. Let's see. And that may be what not for the foreseeable future is. It's like they want it, but they're not ready for it. You know, it's the same energy of like, I want a Lamborghini, but I can't, I can't afford it, right? I can't, I want it, but I can't. It's that one of those things, okay? Let's see. Tell me more about I'm not a safe space for you. Yeah, they're not, and you may not. Your person is not wanting you to worry. They're almost coming through in some kind of a reassuring vibe with that, I'm not a safe space for you. They're not, and I know it can be easier said than done, and some of you are already really good at doing this, but your person is not wanting you to take, like, things not working out between the two of you personally. They're literally saying it was them and not you. They've got issues, okay? They wanted it with you, but they couldn't, okay? With the Queen of Cups here, let's see, is that their energy towards pile 2? I'm hearing you deserved better than what they were able to give you. Yeah, I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles, and it's standing up. I wish I could show you guys how this is standing up. Reversed. They couldn't reciprocate your energy because they're being run by fear. And they have so many feelings about that. Because you feel like home to your person, but they weren't able, you know, to reciprocate that for you. What's not for the foreseeable future? Tell me about that. Yeah. You know, this is them saying the things are not, this new seed, this new start between the two of you, and the fact that it's coming out represented as the Ace of Pentacles, it's not, because you might have wanted something tangible from this person, and they're saying that's just not, it's not going to happen, not anytime soon, not for the foreseeable future, right? No commitment, no consistency, no reliability, nothing like that. Why? It's that I'm scared shitless energy. Why? What's going on here? Explain yourself. The King of Wands. Okay, well, yeah, we know it's, ooh. There's is this talking about their own internal imbalance? Yes. Yep. Yeah. Something about their own inner feminine energy. And they could also have trust issues with just feminine energies altogether. Your person is very comfortable in their masculine energy, but their own inner feminine energy, it needs work. Their feminine energy can be wounded. They might have, you know, like a mother wound that they need to heal, or some kind of a wounding as a result of like feminine, you know, their dealings with feminine energies over the years. That needs to be, I'm hearing trust issues just overall with feminine energy. Okay. That could also talk about how, you know, their fear, because it says I'm scared shitless. This is talking about their fear as well. Like, you know, they're going to show up, like their fear that they're going to show up as the King of Wands in a connection, and then the feminine energy like counteracts that. Something to that degree. Let's see where you stand with your person. Where does pile 2 currently stand with their person? Soulmates. Yeah, there it is. It actually came out. Okay. This is soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. Tell me more. Ooh, that was girl with a snake. Okay. I laughed because this thing just did all kinds of acrobatics, and then it finally, you know, I seen it initially in the reverse, and then it situated itself back up into the upright position. But it says empath, the narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable, and boundaries. Yeah, they're saying, and that's drawing me right back to where it says I'm not a safe space for you. They are someone that you either had to walk away from and or, you know, put some really strict and strong boundaries up against. Maybe even a wall. You may have had to wall this person out. If that's the case, whatever the case may be, they understand it. They understand why. No grudges, I'm hearing them say. They're not holding a grudge against you for that. For some of you, your person may have been the one to walk away from the connection. Someone in this connection removed, you know, there was an offer on the table at some point, and it has since been removed. But if that's the case for those of you where that resonates, where you weren't the one that walked away, they're letting you know why. They weren't a safe space for you. Where does pile 2 stand with their person currently? Clock at the back of the deck. It says need time, takes time. Give me a minute, you guys. Let's see. The Phoenix and Girl Talk. This says new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, change mind, and then Girl Talk. Time with friends, moving on. Happily single, living in the moment and having fun. Yeah, this feels like you guys just doing your own thing. You've healed, or you are healing from, you know, this person or whatever happened between you guys in this connection. This just feels like you guys moving on. Learning how to be happy, single, right? Learning how to be happy. I don't want to say disconnected. Learning how to be happy in the absence of like romance, right? Romantic love, like learning how to do that. Yeah, this feels like you taking care of yourself, and part of that self-care is like spending time with friends and stuff like that. Having fun. I love that that's coming up right on top of the sun in the reverse, because, you know, pile 2, you may have maybe depended on this person in this connection. You're learning how to recreate that feeling, right? When I see the sun, I think of paradise. I think of the ultimate joy. The sun is the happiest card in the deck. Even when it's reversed, it's still the happiest card in the deck. But what I'm feeling like is you're making, I talk about it so much, it's like I'm not wanting to talk about it again, but it's coming through. It's like the Garden of Eden, right? And maybe for some of you, you were trying to create that with your person, but it was like maybe this feeling of like it depended on that person, and you're learning, or you're either learning and or you're actually creating like a Garden of Eden for yourself, right? You're being smart about it in terms of like who you allow in that space with you, though. Whoever you decide to sit next to you in the throne of the Garden of Eden, it's like you're being more picky and more purposeful this time. That's what those boundaries and even that wall is, you know. People are not just anyone is going to be allowed into that, your inner circle, right? That Garden of Eden, you know, they got to be a safe space. You're creating you know, your person was not a safe space for you, but what you're doing is learning how to create that safe space, that, you know, vibrant, prolific, fertile Garden of Eden, just in and of yourself, within yourself. And then whoever you decide to, you know, sit next to you in that space is somebody that's also in that energy, and you guys like merge, right? There's no lack there. You're not depending on someone else for your own happiness. You're building that up from within, and then somebody can come in and share. It's like two whole people coming together, right? Is that kind of an energy. I mean, so where you stand with your person, yes, you know, soul contract, that soul connection, it is and was there. It's still there. I've seen it twice. But this person currently, you guys are on two separate journeys is what it feels like, okay? And right now where you're at, like your person still wants to marry you. They still want to, you know, be by your side in the Garden of Eden, but your person is needing to learn how to do the same thing that you're doing, basically, how to be happy just in and of themselves. You know, and then when they get to that space, they'll be able, you guys can merge your gardens together. It's not so much that your person is just coming in, you know, and just taking and taking and taking, and then once they get full, they leave. No, it's nothing like that. But that's what they're needing to do, right? Pile two's person. What does pile two's person want with pile two in this connection? What does pile two's person want with pile two in this connection? There's boundaries again. And that literally says underneath, so right here we have girl with the snake, and right under, and it says, see where it says enable boundaries? And then right underneath that, we got boundaries again. No more enabling. That might be coming from their higher self, you know, but I feel a lot of you are already doing that. So what your person is wanting is they're wanting you to continue standing on business, upholding your boundaries. What your person wants, even if it's coming from their higher self, from their higher vibratory self, they want you to honor yourself first, right? They want you to be true to yourself, true to your needs, authentic to yourself, right? They don't want you to, wish come true. They don't want you to sacrifice for them anymore. They want you to be happy. Not, you know, there is parts of your person that's still very frustrated. I mean, they want happily ever after with you. They want fulfillment with you. But they don't want you to shortchange yourself in order to get it. And your person's even coming through saying, like, if you had to compromise, it wouldn't really be wish fulfillment for you. Not truly. You know, an attachment issue might be relieved, right? Wounding might be satisfied for a second, but it's not true wish fulfillment. And that's what your person wants, okay? They want wish fulfillment. But they don't want it to come at the expense of you and your boundaries. There's a sense here, there's a sense of your person knowing what you want and what you deserve, and they don't want you to settle for anything less than what you know you deserve and what you want. We have knowing the path. What's that? This says aligning with your purpose, accepting your story, on the right track. You staying true to yourself might, in some way, shape, or form, whether you're aware of it or not, pile 2, you might be helping your person to do better for themselves as well, somehow. Tell me more about knowing the path. Because you holding the line for your own boundaries might be forcing your person to go down a path that they need to go down in regards to their own soul's evolution, right? As opposed to, like, if you were constantly just kind of letting them get away with stuff, they weren't able to grow and transform, and you know, there's more of a chance now because you are holding hard on your boundaries. You know, if your person decides to or chooses to, there's more of a chance that they're going to transform and evolve with you holding your boundaries than they ever would with you not, right? Yeah. They're anxious about that with the 9 of Swords here. There's fear, some kind of fear, worry, and anxiety with knowing the path here. And I do feel this is coming from their higher self. They're pleading with you almost. Please don't yield on your boundaries. Don't rest on your laurels. If you want a specific outcome with your person, there's a reason why you desire that. And you holding fast to your boundaries is almost causing your person to have to go down the path that they need to go down in order to evolve. Okay. All right, pile 2, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, do me a favor. So make sure you smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. You can become part of the family by subscribing. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And pile 2, I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys. Hi, pile 3. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We are doing another Pick a Card Love reading, tapping in and channeling who are you to your person, where do you stand with them, and what do they want from you and the connection, okay? So just keep in mind, you guys know the deal. It's a collective reading, so, you know, if it resonates, awesome, run with it, do whatever you want with it. If it doesn't resonate, whatever doesn't resonate, just drop it and leave it behind for the people that it does, okay? If you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection, I do have personal readings available. All the booking details can be found in the description box. I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. So go see which ones you feel drawn to, okay? So you guys picked the Rhodonite stone. We have, let's see, the first quarter moon showing up in the reverse. Let's see, upright, it says, picking up speed, make decisions, align actions and words. And then it also says, challenges, decisions, action, growth, balanced, measured, flexible. Good for celebrating and charting progress, and it is associated with the tarot card of the Magician, but it is showing up in the reverse. There's some blocked energies going on here. And there's the Two of Swords. Okay. I can. Two of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Hierophant. Okay, for who you are to your person. Definitely an energy of catalyst coming through. With the reverse quarter moon being here, that's talking about delayed momentum. We got indecision twice with the Two of Swords here and the reverse quarter moon. There's also an energy of, you know, misalignment between thought and action. So this can suggest that someone in this connection is struggling to take some kind of an initiative, maybe feeling stuck in limbo, and or avoiding key decisions and forward moving motion in the relationship. So instead of accelerating, the energy feels like it's stalling or stagnating, perhaps due to some kind of inner conflict, fear of confrontation, or even emotional overwhelm. You know, this could also talk about the manifesting power that is here. There's potential here, right? But it's either being blocked or it's being misused. And so intention might be there, but the will to act is very weak and or scattered. Okay. You're somebody, pile 3, that your person experiences both deep emotional connection with and deep internal conflict at the same time. With the 2 of Swords, this shows that your person, pile 3, they see you as somebody who is connected to a significant crossroads. There's avoidance here, there's hesitation, maybe a fear about making some kind of a clear decision. Now, this could be your person's own conflict about how to move forward, or it could be you. If it's you, then this could be reflecting you to your person as, you know, your person could see you as somebody that's hard to read. They could see you as someone who's emotionally guarded or very unclear about what they want, okay? We'll see whose energy that is. That energy is there. With the 3 of Cups, you know, this does bring forth the energy of joy, comfort, emotional resonance with your person. Maybe even a strong sense of familiarity or soul level kinship with your person. So that energy is there, right? It's weird because it's like this energy is here, but for some reason there's restricted access to it. You know, the 2 of Swords can also talk about being blocked. So, I mean, communication could be blocked. The 2 of you could be kind of in a stalemate towards each other. This feels like gatekeeping. And that might be who you are to your person. Your person might feel, they might feel restricted from your energy, or they could be restricting themselves. We'll see what the rest of the reading says. In some cases, you know, the 3 of Cups can talk about third-party dynamics, especially when paired with the 2 of Swords, implying that there's some kind of a choice or emotional tension between, you know, more than one person. With the Hierophant here, this tells us that you carry energy of deep wisdom, guidance, and traditional and potential towards traditional partnership. Your person could see you as somebody who aligns with long-term commitment values, possibly even being marriage material, but this is also, it could be creating inner conflict in your person. It's, you know, who you are to your person, there's something about the connection and or even you that feels very serious, like they got to take you seriously. They have to take this seriously. And if they're not in the stance or the space to take you in this connection seriously, they're either restricting themselves, or they're feeling restricted, right? You could very well, pile 3, challenge your person to grow, to mature, or live a life that's more authentic and in alignment with, you know, some kind of a spiritual or moral path. So you stir some kind of a deep emotional and spiritual conflict in your person. You're someone who awakens both joy and some kind of a serious reckoning in your person. So when it comes to who you are to your person, pile 3, they likely feel emotionally drawn to you, and at the same time they might feel and or be mentally or spiritually challenged by you and or the connection. They could be feeling overwhelmed and or stuck, by the implications of this connection with the Hierophant here. Like them seeing you as marriage material, and not only do they see you as marriage material, you see yourself as marriage material. So this may be a standard that you set, right? It's interesting. I'm taking note because there's almost like, I feel like a pathway here. Like you're not opposed. I mean, some of you may not be opposed to maybe like friendship here with the Three of Cups. This feels like an energy your person's wanting to access, but it needs to lead, right, to this Hierophant energy, something more traditional, a commitment. Yes, fun and games, right? But there's also a seriousness or a reverence to that. We can have fun and we can even play games, not those kinds of games, right? We can have fun and play games, but there has to be some structure to it. There's got to be an end destination. You don't want to just stay, I'm hearing you say too, you don't want to be in the friend zone necessarily, right? And this could be them too. You know, this Two of Swords is throwing me for a loop. Let's find out. Pile 3's person. Pile 3's person. Their main overall energy towards pile 3 in this connection. It's them. Okay, so you might be okay with the friend zone or just being platonic friends. Your person is not. Okay, they're not. Let's get a couple more. This is what it is, though. This is the Hierophant energy is kind of feels like where the odds are coming between you and your person, where you're not on the same page. Neither one of you really wants to just be, neither one of you wants the friend zone. You might be okay with that if that's, you know, all that you can really get, right? Your person is like, no, I'm not okay with the friend zone, but, you know, yeah, there's an energy here of you guys not being on the same page, not being able to find some kind of a common ground. They might want to keep things more casual, or that might be their comfort zone, is keeping things casual, keeping things unattached or uncommitted, or at least unlabeled, right? With you, I feel like you're wanting, and your person is recognizing you as somebody that, you know, you don't friend zone pile 3. They're just not that kind of a person. Pile 3 is the kind of person you marry. Pile 3 is the kind of person you take home to the parents. Pile 3 is the kind of person, you know, but there's a gap between them seeing you that way and then showing up, I can't talk to you right now. Yeah, and that might be due to some kind of a third-party interference. We'll find out, though. Let's get one more. And that might be why we're in that Two of Swords energy. This beautiful energy is here, but there's a block in being able to access this. But I feel like this is your energy and your person either restricting themselves. They're feeling restricted, whether they're restricting themselves or you're restricting them, right? That could be a literal block too. Being right outside. Look at the different, I just now noticed that. The Two of Swords is all gray cast, right? Black and white and gray scale. And then you got the Three of Cups. It's just like, oh, it looks beautiful compared to that. And that might be where your person feels like they're kind of being walled out of paradise, right? Give me one more. We do have, can't stop thinking about it. I am taking note, though, that I'm distracted is also, also active there, too. We have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Yeah. Your person would just, They wanted access to, you know, this Three of Cups energy, this beautiful space that we see here in that card. It's abundant, it's rejuvenated, it's fun, it's light, you know, but there's more to you than that. Yes, you can be that. But there's also like you deserve, there's reverence that you, I don't want to say demand, but your energy calls forth, right? And they're too casual. Their approach is way too casual. Not reverent enough. Tell me more about I can't talk to you right now. What I'm hearing is something about, you know, this Three of Cups energy is always there, but it's not open. It's not open access in a casual nature. Huh. Tell me, why is I can't talk? There's, Why is the Two of Wands in the reverse? That's more indecision and not knowing what to do. Not being able to figure something out. Yeah, with the King of Swords in the reverse, what are you trying to figure out, Pile 3's person? And that could be literal. Maybe the reason why they're saying that is because you blocked them, right? Or because, you know, you restricted access to your energy because they're not ready, willing, or maybe I'm hearing hesitant. To step into this Hierophant energy with you when it comes to this connection. Oh, yeah. We got the Queen of Swords in the upright position. See, you know what you want. You're sure what you want. Your person isn't, though. They're still trying to figure that out. And for some of you, because that is coming out with the King of Swords in the reverse, your person is saying they're trying to figure themselves out. With the Magician showing up, that's Gemini and Virgo energy. The King of Swords, that's air energy. So, you know, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But for your person, like, they might be trying to figure things out. And for some of you, this could be more of a specific message, but your person is trying to figure themselves out and figure out what they truly want. Let me find out and see. What is can't stop thinking about it? What's that? You might be looking for answers, or you might, you know, there's something specific that you want with your person and or this connection. And I'm picking up on two different messages coming through. Some of you, your person doesn't know if what they have to give or if who they are as a person can match that, or even if that's what they want. Okay, there's a misalignment here though between the two of you when it comes to the direction of where this connection is going and or headed. I guess that's the same thing, isn't it? Let's can't stop thinking about it. Tell me about that. It's not letting up. What is it? Yeah, it's something, it's relentless. It's like they want to stop thinking about it, but they can't. Something's not letting them go. What is this? They're having a hard time getting free from thinking. Something's on repeat in their minds. What is it? Persistent. Things not working out. Tell me, is this Eight of Pentacles? Is this Pile 3's person or Pile 3? Or both? The connection itself. You may have decided not to put any more energy, focus, effort, resources into this connection, because the Queen of Swords is what came out again. That feels like your energy, pile 3. Boundaries, right? More boundaries. This feels like your person remembering what it feels like to be in this Three of Cups energy with you, celebrating, having fun, having a good old time, maybe even some, lighthearted, partying, just getting together, drinks and dinner, all that fun stuff, right? And now it's like feeling exiled from it because of boundaries that you felt like you had to put into place, because what you wanted or what you felt ready for was different than what your person wanted and or felt ready for when it came to this connection. There's a misalignment of, we've already talked about that. Let's see where you stand with your person currently, pile 3. Where does pile 3 currently stand with their person? The butterfly. Now, I will say, third party energy is very, very, not very strong here. You guys are going to know if that's the case, and if that's what was going on, because there is kind of a casual, lighthearted, like not really wanting to commit kind of an energy coming through from your person when it comes to this connection. I can see why you put up a block. Let's see, 2 more. But your person misses that Three of Cups energy with you, very much so. Let's get a couple more. They think about it a lot. Wedding rings in reverse. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Because that's like the antithesis of Hierophant energy, right? Wedding rings in reverse. With the butterfly, and this feels like a caveat. Your person's saying, like, I don't mind, Because this says, the butterfly says, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. Everything up until the point of wedding rings, okay? Everything up until the point to, but not including getting married. That, like, your person, there's a feeling of like, that's too serious for your person. It's like, I would do anything for you kind of a thing, but I won't do that. Right? Let's get one more. They don't want marriage. And for some of you, that might be because your person, this might be more on the specific side, but your person it could be like they were married, or they might even still be legally married. Maybe they're separated, but there's an energy of your person like, I don't want to do that, and that might be what you're requiring. You want something more serious, more official. And you're like, and they're not, right? They don't mind evolving things in this connection to the next phase, but if you're dead set, or if one of you is dead set on marriage, that's the sticking point here. With 1 foot in and 1 foot out showing up at the bottom of the deck, I mean, that's your person's comfort zone. And we got love call. There's still love here. There's still attraction, there's still interest, right? But there's just a feeling of, at least this is how your person is seeing it. Pile 3, it's like all or nothing. And that could be, you're like, I want marriage, or I want nothing with you at all. And there's an energy of them wanting you to maybe concede on that a little bit. Like, maybe they don't have a problem committing to you, or maybe even putting a label on it, but the label they don't want is spouse. They don't want that, right? What was on the bottom of the, girl talk. Like, what they want and what's going on are like 2 different things. And it's funny because I picked this up, right? And that's what I saw at the bottom of the deck, but what I didn't see was it left this one behind. It's definitely there. There's a lot of passion here. Could be between the 2 of you. But it feels like you're being very disciplined in that energy. very, I should say responsible. You're being very responsible with that energy. Yeah, a lot of passion could be had between the two of you, but for many of you, pile 3, you want way more than just passion. You want structure, you want commitment. Many of you want marriage, and that feels like a deal breaker on your end. Like if they're not gonna marry you, then you're like, I don't want anything. I don't want it. I want all, it's all or nothing, right? Pile 3's person. What do you want with pile 3? Forever changed. This says a new self, lasting changes, a love that transforms. What do you want with pile 3? In this connection? A miracle. They said they want a miracle. Beauty. Yeah, you know, you guys are kind of on, you know, you want what you want or you don't want it at all, right? And they're kind of the same way, but you guys are on two separate ends of the spectrum. Let me see what forever changed there, because it doesn't really go with everything. Look, we got separation at the bottom of the deck. There's this energy like it, you know, they want open access to this 3 of Cups energy with you, but they want it without, you know, without marriage, or even without, you know, something about strict commitment. Your person, God, what is that? Give me a minute, you guys. Because I'm picking up in your person's energy where, and I don't know if this is them going back and forth. I'm picking up an energy of, yeah, like relationship evolving to the next phase, maybe even including commitment, but there's something about not necessarily wanting to bar off or close off any other options, especially with this 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And if there are third parties involved, I can kind of I don't agree. I'm not saying I agree with your person, but I understand like why they're in the space that they are. So your person this could be your person maybe an indecision between you and someone else, or just you and wanting to stay single. Because there's a part of them that's like, okay, you know, what's the next phase? God, this is throwing me for a loop. What's the next phase? Because your person's open to that next phase, but I'm also feeling them being very resistant to, like, you know, exclusivity and commitment. What's the next phase then? This is so weird. 6 of Wands is the next phase, which is like public recognition, letting other people know that you're the one, right? I'm still picking up resistance though with this Hierophant. You know, I'm going to be honest, in the energy that's coming through, what this feels like pile 3, like it's almost one of those things like, okay, they'll publicly recognize you and let others know that you're their person, right? And at the same time, it's almost like keeping an eye out in the door open for possible other third parties and connections. It's like, this is that energy of like publicly committing to you, right, in front of other people, but energetically still leaving the door open for other options. You may have already picked up on that. That might be why this 2 of Swords energy is here. That could be the fear of like, you know, your person knows what you want. They know it, okay? But I mean, even this energy that your person's in, like, you know, it's almost like they have no problems. I'm not saying it's faking, but there's, what is that? That is so strange. What is this energy? Restlessness. Okay. See, your person has some kind of a restless energy when it comes to romance and stuff with the Four of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So your person must know their patterns and they must know themselves really well. They must know that they get restless very quickly. It's hard for your person to stay in one place romantically. Okay. It's, you know, it's carrying that energy like, yeah, you know, they have no problem letting other people know you're their person, but there feels like there's a time limit on that. At some point in time, your person knows they're going to get restless and they're going to start looking for attention outside of this connection. Third party energy is coming up, okay? Leaving that door open for other connect because of restlessness. Not necessarily boredom, okay? But there's that energy of, I don't know. We're just going to leave it there because I'll get stuck trying to understand this person and where they come from and why. So we got forever changed, a new self, lasting changes, a love that transforms. We also have runner, says avoiding the connection, running from themselves and ignoring you. Beauty says intimidated by your beauty stands out in physical attraction. Your person wants open access to you romantically and sexually, but this feels like without the responsibility of an exclusive committed connection. They're just being honest, okay? Otherwise, it's like they don't want it. If they can't have their cake and eat it too, it's like they don't want it at all. And I feel like that's where you guys are butting heads. Because again, at the bottom of the deck, we have separation here with withdrawal, disconnect, tests of love, and relationship breakdown. Forever change, what's up with that? Tell me more about forever changed. And then, was that the Queen of Swords again? No, this is the Knight, the King of Wands. This is how you make them feel. King of Wands. Charged. Electric. Your person might feel static. Oh, okay. All right. I get it. Somewhat. This is the energy your person craves being in. This King of Wands energy. Electrified, charged up, on point, knowing what actions to take and feeling completely aligned to that, right? And so this is the energy that your person is always chasing. The problem is, though, it's like they're getting it from outside sources rather than sourcing it, you know, from within self. And so they're always, you know, how do I want to put it? Because it's showing up right next to runner energy. Man, that's kind of toxic. I'm going to be honest. Not kind of, it is. Because what I'm seeing is someone with a very low battery meeting up with somebody whose battery is fully charged, plugging up to that person, and then draining that battery and filling up their own. And then once they get fully charged, leaving the other person depleted, and then that person's battery, you know, so how am I going to say this? Okay, we got, where are we at? No, I got to do that. Okay. We got the green and then we got the purple. So the green person goes to the purple person and the purple person's all charged up, just self-sourced, right? For the most part. The green person's empty battery, green's empty. Maybe I should reverse that, but anyway. So green hooks up to purple, drains, you know, the purple's energy. Green is now full, purple's now empty. After some time, This person's battery starts to, because it isn't self-sourced, right? This person's battery starts to deplete again, and they go back to purple, trying to get that person's energy. But depending on how long this has been, you know, purple's energy is still depleted, right? So they're going to purple to, you know, restore their energy. Purple hasn't been able to restore it yet, although purple will give green what they want as much as they can give, right? But it's not as much of a charge as it was before, because, you know, purple didn't have the time, and they're not getting any energy from green. You see what I'm saying? I hope I'm not confusing you guys too much, but that's what's going on here. So that's why they're always leaving the door open. And so, you know, at some point it's going to get to the point where you're not able to charge them up anymore, because it's like they're dependent on not just your energy, but energies of other people. Your person's a vampire. they're an energy vampire. I'm just gonna keep it real. And until your person learns, until they learn they don't like me. They don't like that I just revealed that about them. Until your person learns how to self-source their own, you know, how to charge themselves up. This is the dynamic that it's gonna be. They look for people like you, right? Very beautiful, physically attractive, but also very full of energy and vitality. So, you know, they'll get all charged up, and they'll keep doing that as long as they can. But, you know, if they come back to you and you don't have any more energy to give them because you've given them everything that you can, then that's when they're going to start looking for someone else. Yeah. It is what it is. It's, you know, it's all part of the journey. Maddening though. But anyway, pile 3, that was your reading. Thank you for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, do me a favor, smash the like button. It's a wonderful way to show your appreciation, as well as energetically donate to the channel. It also keeps YouTube happy, so definitely do that. Okay. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. This was, you know, it was a challenging reading. If you haven't become part of the family, you can do that now by subscribing. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And pile 3, I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye.